how we've given the keys to the kingdom to a selected few. Not even selected. Selected by who? By me. Hey, what's up everybody? MJ here, and welcome to another session of me showing the stuff that I've created over the past few months with the help of AI-assisted coding. It's my belief that we're at a time where the people that have made these AI systems, the closed source companies, have planned and betted on this technology being so advanced that it would replace us, thus stomping down on the working class and increasing the profits of the billionaires, of the oligarchy, right? So that has not gone to their plan. And what I've realized is we could actually use this as the working class against the bourgeoisie to benefit us. So my goal, before we end up like Neo in the Matrix, where the working class is buried underground while the rich are living some luscious, lavish life above the clouds as they destroy the earth, like the cancerous cells that they are. I want us to be able to build and protect our future. A lot of people don't like AI, but I say we use the weapons that they try to arm against us, against them. I'm not calling for any violence. I'm calling for attacking their pockets, their wallets, taking away their power. And I think we could do that with the same tools that they thought would keep us downtrodden. And I'm not saying that this tool is perfect and that it's going to solve all problems, but I do believe it's a start. So I've created this tool to start off with. It's called YardTalk. And in it, as somebody that has done education before, in particular security related education, the biggest thing is recording content and sharing the stuff that needs to be shared. So let me dive into what YardTalk is and some background. I had a lot of people donate to a GoFundMe to help my family in Jamaica after the hurricane that hit. I was really grateful and blown away by the generosity. I wanted to create something to help people, and I started working on a dictation app. And one way or another, especially after seeing this open source tool called Clicky, I started working on it in this current iteration. And what it does is I could record my voice, I could record the video, I could record the screen, and all of that gets annotated, and the recording gets saved. And I have this picture-in-picture where I'm able to move around, so I could point to stuff and show and educate without the added issues of going into Premiere or Final Cut Pro and adding this image. This does it all for me. The added benefit of this for me as well is when I end this session, I can send all of this to my personal assistant. That is the Neighborhood United, which we'll get into. So let me close this out so you don't have to see it. And what's really cool is everything that I've been working on from the development side. If I'm using Claude Code or recording the screen like this, I could push to my personal assistant, and then it understands the work that I've been doing. And I journal. A lot of it is gone right now for privacy reasons, and also I'm doing some troubleshooting. But what this does is, as I'm journaling daily, getting the stuff from my mind and putting it on, writing it down, a lot of thoughts begin to unfold. They begin to present themselves and show. And that's what this first tab is, the Constellation, where I'm able to see things that have come from my mind, lessons learned, if you will. And then I'm able to click on it when a task depends on another person's availability, like a spouse, identify the dependency early and find an alternative path or reschedule proactively rather than letting it go overdue. Stuff like this, lessons learned. And what happens is these lessons learned end up feeding back into the system. So as a personal assistant, it's not making the same mistakes over and over again. And I'll just, before I go any further, I think this is not as valuable. In certain aspects it is, but there's nothing like having a human-to-human connection. But right now, the same bourgeoisie, capitalists that I talked about at the beginning, they have put us in a place where we don't have the extra capital to hire a personal assistant. So in the absence of that, you have a resource like this where you're able to say, I can't hire a personal assistant right now, but I have this resource that allows me to do all the functionality of a personal assistant. And by no way does it replace the human-to-human connection, but it's a start, a foundation for you to get out of that drudgery and mess that capitalism has brought us to. So this is the Constellation. You're able to see your thoughts and see how they map to each other, which I find very cool. And then we have Horizons, which just shows a view of my goals and the momentum. Develop YardTalk app prototype outline, which is what I'm doing now. Sautai demo videos. And then we have Gravity. And your Gravity, in my case, is a way to pay off financial debt. I do plan on enhancing this, so it's not just paying off debt, but also gives you the ability to increase your income via different means, right? These are my student loans. If anybody wants to help pay these off, I'd be really appreciative. But in the absence of that, I've developed this to track my payment using the avalanche method and the budget that I have for paying it off. And that just goes to show another aspect of capitalism keeping us trapped under debt for trying to get an education. It's absolutely insanity. That causes us to be stressed out. It causes us to overwork. It causes us to not exercise our bodies. And that's where the fuel tab comes in, where you're able to get a workout session, where you're able to get guided in your workouts from your personal assistant. And this is not going to be throwing out the hardest things at you first. It's taking its time as I build myself up and ramp up. Right now I'm going through updating this so it's a little bit better and the experience is better, but it will get there. And I think it will be very beneficial to helping people get in shape. And I'm looking forward to sharing that. So these are a few things. I have another idea called Core coming as well, where you're able to do mindfulness meditation via the app, using all the stuff that it's unearthed via your Constellation, the lessons that you've learned, the horizons, your goals, the gravity, your financial health, your physical health, using all of that to build a mindfulness practice around everything. I feel like that's valuable and something that we're greatly missing. So that's Neighborhood United. The next project is Sautai. And this came after I lost my little sister to diabetes. And now I'm on a mission to ruin these food companies that don't care what we're putting in our bodies. They just care about their bottom line. That can't stand. We have to get the money out of things like this. We can't have lobbyists influencing what foods we put in our bodies. I think a way to battle that is with a personal chef. And if we have a personal chef that knows you, that knows your dietary preferences, that knows your allergies, they're better suited to help you eat better and live longer and just live a better quality life because you're not stressed out about food, what to cook. I'm going to come home, I have to cook for my family. You have a personal chef through the laws of economics, through the fact that you live in a big neighborhood and you have a big family. If you're able to gather a bunch of people together, costs go down. That's what community is about. And I believe this app is a way towards that end. Personal chefs granted superpowers from an AI-powered assistant, a sous chef, that makes sure that it's serving you food that is not going to cause you allergy problems, making sure that it's matching your preferences, making sure that it's portioned correctly so you're not under eating or overeating. And then finally, something I built in the hopes of funding Sautai is the Academy Watch. And as the name suggests, it is tracking Academy players from Europe at the moment, but my goal is to track all over the world, and not just Academy players, but up and coming players. The technology is there for me to be able to do that. And that's the goal here, in the hopes that it could feed into Sautai and allow people to eat better. So it generates newsletters. I'm going to work my way backwards. I was recording this earlier, but I was recording the wrong screen. But here's an example of a newsletter that it comes up with, showing you how the Manchester United Academy players are doing, or not just Academy, but also on loan players as well. And here's Ethan Ennis, which is a standout player for Manchester United this season. And if you go to teams, for example, and I'll go straight to the Premier League, and I will go to Manchester United. I have it set up where you're able to see the Academy players that have been part of the Manchester United system for the past 4 years. A very arbitrary number, but I chose 4 years, and you're able to see how they're getting on. Did we make a mistake with selling this player? Did we make a mistake with putting the player on loan to the wrong team? These are things that can be unearthed from here. And I mentioned Ethan Ennis. I could click into his player data and see more information about him, see how he's getting on loan. And this helps out with, just tracking to see which player is the future of your club or which player can be the future of your club if you spot them early. So yeah, this is the Academy Watch. You also have an assistant here, and I had asked it to give me the big 6 academies producing the most first team players, and it's able to give bar graphs, and it does so safely. So that is the Academy Watch. And these are projects I've created with the help of AI, with AI assisted programming. All of this is possible to you as well. Sure, things can be created that are slop, and maybe you might consider what I've created slop, and that's fine. But I do believe we could create something that could benefit humanity and not benefit the 1%. The tools are at a place where that is possible now, and I hope that we can build that together. And if you do need help, if you like the stuff that I built and you would like to build something of your own, please let me know. Reach out and we can build together, because I truly believe that the power is ours. The power should not belong to a small few who have disregarded all sense of humanity. They claim to be religious, but the Bible says a few things. It is easier for a camel to get through the eye of a needle than a rich man to get to heaven. And also, we are the body of God. We are all one. But these cancerous bourgeoisie have only focused on themselves. And now our planet is suffering. We're suffering. We as a human race are having less babies because of capitalism. We have to do something different because what we're doing now is not working. I am usually a very reserved person. Since the loss of my sister, who lived in Brooklyn, and everywhere you go in New York, you see corporations with fast foods everywhere, that are poisoning our children, that have no other recourse, or the recourses that they do have are harder to accomplish because of their environment. You have people, that minds are racing, mental health issues, because they're worried about their health, their physical health. They're worried about their finances, where their next meal is going to come from. If we're able to help each other get into a place where we don't have to worry about that, where that's a basic foundation, then we have more opportunity to pursue our purpose, to pursue what we were put on this earth to do. And we all do have a purpose. We are all unique. The odds of us being here at this very moment are ridiculous. And the crazy part is, we are unique every second because our body and our mind is always changing. We have the ability to change and change the world for the better. Right now, we've given the keys to the kingdom to a selected few. Not even selected. Selected by who? By me and you? Jeff Bezos? Elon Musk? Who are these people? They've worked hard and exploited a lot of people. But who are they to dictate how the world progresses, or the lack thereof, how the world deteriorates? It's our world, not theirs. And if we want to make the world a better place, it's up to us to start taking that action. If you don't like AI, that's fine. But I do believe this is a resource that we can use against this bourgeoisie before they use it against us. We saw what happened when they thought AI could take all our jobs away. They were quick to push that fire button. Klarna, Google, Salesforce. And now they're kind of rehiring people again, but as contract workers. They feel that they have the upper hand when it comes to labor, and thus salaries are going to be reduced while their salaries are increased. That's not right. I think this is a way to do something about it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for checking this out. This has been MJ, and I hope to hear from you soon. Until then, peace.